Hello and welcome to our free educational series on proven and time tested financial strategies that have worked time and again. What you are about to hear in this series is amazing information. It is not common practice and might even seem counterintuitive based on what we've been programmed by the Wall Street and by the financial industry. And but these strategies that I'm going to show you in this series is proven and time tested and that have worked time and again. So folks, please listen very close and do not take it that if this is free information that you don't pay much attention. And the reason is it's not for me, you know. And why I started this thing is because, as you will see it, I'm going to prove it to you. I've been watching that same news that you are watching also every day about the economy and the housing and everything. And since I have proven answers to these questions, I could not sit back because making money is not the only thing in life. And but giving back to the community, okay, that's what my faith tells me to do, and that's where I'm coming from. I'm going to give you 150% of myself, and going to give you all the information that is needed up to the level that when you are ready, you at that time you will need a licensed professional, to implement these things, and you cannot do these things yourselves. All right. So I'm going to take you up to that. And if you feel that your advisor or your agent can help you with that, more power, and but I'm going to give you my very best, in this thing. And please listen very close. Number two, very important, what I'm going to share with you is information that is only shared even by us also, only to the high paying high net worth clients only. And so this is not common practice, and the industry don't want you to know it either because they make big money. And I was part of it, okay, but I now at this time I could not sit back. So please listen very close, clear off your brain's hard drive, wipe it clean, and do not try to justify anything that, hey, what you've been doing or not. And this will only help you, okay? And there is no expectations in return. All right. So with that, let's get rolling, and you will learn how to loss proof your money and not lose in the upcoming recession or the housing downturn, how to tax free your money to take your money to whole new levels, how to optimize your IRAs and 401Ks and your investments and make them tax free. You're just changing it from either taxable or tax deferred to just tax free. You will see that it is mind boggling, and so you'll be learning all of these things, and you will know how to manage your built up equity in your home. Many of the people, just like last time, 2007, 8, and 9, the house prices had gone up so much, that they were thinking that they are millionaires. And when the housing crash started happening, it was just a bad dream for them. And I'm going to show you everything, including what the Federal Reserve Bank says, how you should manage your built up home equity. So that way it does not turn out to be a bad dream for you, just like the other people. All right, before in that 2006, 7, 8, and 9, that downturn and crash. All right, and we'll show you how to get only the upside of the stock market without the downside risk, folks. This is a secret that the your Wall Street don't want you to know, because they make big money in this thing, because they put the risk on your back, and no, 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 we'll show you how you do not lose, and then we'll show you how to put everything on autopilot, so that way you are not concerned at all. You only participate when the market goes up automatically, and when it goes down, your money freezes, including the profits. Yes, you heard it right, including the profits up till that time, and I'll show you all of these things. So you can live a financial worry-free life, and we want you to be funkies and go enjoy life. All right. So let's get into this thing. And here's a big claim. We'll show you how to protect your money no matter what happens to the stock market, no matter what happens to the economy, no matter what happens to the taxes, and also no matter what happens to your health either. Folks, this is a huge claim, and I'm going to prove it to you. And starting with right now, I'll be proving it to you one thing at a time. And especially this thing, I said, this is new, this is our proprietary product. You see, currently, no matter what income level or what stage of life you are at, right, when it comes to you making money and your profession, all right, it doesn't matter. You are working hard to make life better for yourselves and family, bring in the money, and you are the money making machine for your family. All right. Now, what happens in case you have health problems, and you cannot work to bring in the money? Income stops and bills don't stop, and financial disaster starts for most of the people, and that is wrong. These are good hardworking people. So this is will show you the details on this thing, and this is our proprietary product, see. So this way, when we make this claim that no matter what happens to your health also, the future that you think, the financial future you'll have, it will be with humbleness, if I may say so, we don't even have a guarantee of our life. Okay, I could be gone while even this thing, we do not know that. But this is the second best thing to, okay, to that kind of guarantee. So, and we'll be discussing everything. So please kick back, relax, and by the way, everything that we talk about, this just not a pie in the sky. I am going to be sharing with you. I'll be giving you the proofs on everything. So just take that part of it, because I'm making big claims, and you might have already started being skeptical about me. What is this guy? That no, no, no. Let me prove it to you. All right, and then you decide. It's only for you. I have no expectations in return in this free series, so it doesn't matter to me. And it would be hurtful if I had expectations, and then no, 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 don't worry, okay? And because my face tells me you're giving back to the community. All right, so in this four-part series, you will learn how to optimize and make the money work for you instead of you working alone right now. And I use that analogy of horses. You are one horse working right now to make life better for yourselves and your family, and we are going to show you two, three, four horses working is much better than you working alone for your money. And we'll show you how to optimize it. And today's topic is how to loss proof your money, because with this thing, the talk of the recession and the downturn, and folks, you are watching that same news that I am watching. I know, don't take it that I'm trying to scare you. No, no, no. Watch the evening network news. They will tell you what all is happening in the market, and in the economy, as well in the stock market. And then go check your IRAs and 401Ks, as to what has happened in the recently. Don't worry about it. I'm so glad you are here, and after this series, you will not have to be worried at all. And you'll be going, getting only the upside without the downside risk. Okay. We'll show you how to loss proof your retirement, your savings money, your investments, IRAs and 401Ks before the next financial and the housing crash. You might have seen this thing by Forbes magazine. Steve Forbes came up, and issued this big warning to Americans. Now, let me show you what is the magnitude of this thing, and how, how much important it is for you to okay, protect yourselves immediately before we don't know what event could start up, trigger any kind of a thing, and so that no one knows about that. All right, and so let me just folks, this is serious. Let's just say you have this $500,000 in your savings or retirement plan. I'm just taking a figure out of the blues. Many of you have much, much, much more, in millions, and some of you might not. It does not matter. See, I'm just trying to show you small little examples, and you have it in savings, retirements, or anything. See, and the market goes down just 10% only, folks. This is not me. This is guaranteed. You will guaranteed lose $50,000 instantly. Now, think about it. How long will it take for you to save that $50,000 that you lost instantly because either you procrastinated or you did not know how to protect that money? If protecting your money is important to you, then please listen very close. Now, here's another example. The same 500,000, if the market goes down 20%. All right. You might be saying, oh, well, okay, I don't have much savings, or, okay, I do not have an IRA or a 401k or anything. But if you are working for a company, they have your money, your retirement money invested in the stock market. So that's why you need to be concerned about this thing. That's your money, folks. And so if it goes down 20%, you will lose 100,000 instantly. How long will it take $100,000 for you to save? Think about it. You might be making very good income, right? But how much do you have in your savings? That is what matters, folks. And did you know that during 2007, 8, and 9, the market went down between 40 and 60%? The average was 50%. So this $500,000 went down to about $250,000, folks. See, just because you did not know or people procrastinated at that time, and now by the before the end of the series, you will know everything. And today, matter of fact, just today, even you will know that you do not have to be a victim of all of these ups and downs and stuff like that, where the odds are stacked against you. I want to bring the odds in your favor. So that's what you will be learning here. All right. Now, same thing. Federal Reserve Bank has issued a warning. You might have seen this thing. It's not me. So this is for real news on the on your TV screen. You have seen it, and I'm watching the same news, and that's where I copied these things from. All right. So they are saying there's a housing bubble brewing. Let's just take a look at it. Okay, what if you don't protect yourselves? What could that mean for you? Let's just say your home is worth $500,000. Here in California, these days in major metropolitan areas like Los Angeles and San Francisco, you can't even find a condo for $500,000. That's besides the point. All right. So just you please bear with me. If your home is worth 500,000, it goes down. You will guaranteed lose 50,000. Now, again, imagine how long will it take that you instantly lost. Now, if you have savings and stuff, retirement IRAs and 401Ks, and they also went down to 10%, and your housing goes down 10% too, that's not one of them. You'll be losing $100,000 immediately in each one of them if you combine it. Okay, so If it is 20%, last time the housing also went down between 40 to 60%, depending where you were in the country. All right, some places went down more, some less, but the situation is coming out to be more. And when that Federal Reserve Bank says that, hey, there is a housing bubble brewing, that's what they were saying before too. Folks, take this thing seriously. Take this thing seriously. All right. So now, one of the richest people at one time, he was the richest man on earth, Warren Buffett. He says his rule of investing is, rule number one is never for lose money, and rule number two is never forget rule number one. And today I'm going to be showing you, okay, his strategies that he uses for his serious money, that he calls it his family money, right? And so, in that same token, he says the quickest, listen close, the quickest, fastest, and the most money to be made is in the stock market. And that's where most people lose their life savings also. But thank you so much for taking this action, for joining in here. You will learn how to safely grow your money in that same stock market, folks, where people lose their shirt also. This is huge. Well, who am I? Why should you be even listening to me? My name is Bir Grewall, and with humbleness, if I may say so, some of my clients call me a guru of financial strategies, and I'm a top recommended financial strategist, advisor, and an author. And with humbleness, if I may say so, after that 2007, 8, and 9 crash, since none of our clients lost any money, and you might have seen me quoted on the national media, and they were asking what you are going to learn. They were asking me what do I do differently. So now you will be in the know. All right. So please listen close. I was not like this thing, not even close, after losing everything, including my custom hilltop home in Aliso Viejo, California, to foreclosure. I'll tell you my deep story, Josie, later on. But for right now, I want to, Josie, just get us into that mood. All right. Okay. The reason I lost everything was I was just like other people in the in the office, and I had invested very heavily into a stock. I was doing pretty good to own a custom hilltop home in Aliso Viejo, California, and at that time it was a brand new hilltop community near Laguna Beach in Southern California. So that stock crashed and I lost everything. Then we used our savings, to be paying for the mortgage, and we ran out of that, and the house foreclosed. And so, anyway, I will never, ever, ever forget that day when we were sitting outside, and uh, the marshals came to serve the foreclosure notice, that we have to leave. My wife and I were playing with our 1-month-old son at that time. And when the sheriff gave us that eviction notice, I'll never forget that sight, the look in my wife's eyes. And at that time, I promised that I'm going to learn the rule of money, how the game of money is played, rules of safely growing money, and your IRS rules and the laws governing safe growth of money. So it took me a long time, to be exact, over 10 years, and I attended every financial seminar with all of those put up by those successful advisors, and I read every best-selling investments and financial security book, and you name it, I did it. I was collecting the nuggets of financial security, so that way it could never happen to my family or to anyone else I came across. So it took me 10 years of getting those, accumulating those nuggets, then testing them and learning them as to how it is, and then what I put together, see, what I learned from that one was amazing. And at that time, I put it all together and I called it a proven money formula. It was a five simple steps. So, and I had figured out finally a system for everyone. How? Listen close, folks. Listen close. And I'm going to be proving you everything. These are big claims I'm making. How ordinary people can become millionaires and millionaires become billionaires in a liquid, safe, and tax free environment. So I had figured out this formula from all the nuggets that I was collecting. And also, I also figured out that you don't have to be old, to enjoy life. No, 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 no. If you follow the system that I'm about to show you, it does not matter. It does not matter. Okay? And well, even young people, college going people can be a millionaires, okay, by age 30. We'll show you all of those things, okay. And so, does not matter. It is just the principles. You're putting those sleeping horses, which you don't, you and I didn't even know them myself at that time, and putting them together, and they will be producing much more income than what you will be making on your own by yourself. All right. And so here's the first proof. The proof came in 2007, 8, and 9, that financial crash and the housing crash also. And so here it is. This is S&P 500. See, whenever we sit in the car or turn on the news, we hear about it today. S&P went up or down or whatever, right? And that's that same thing. And in the red is the people, the way stock market, the Wall Street wants us to invest, right? And this is what I figured it out, at that time. And that you get only the upside of the stock market without the downside risk, right? And this becomes a new point. You keep the profits also, folks. This is crazy. You know, I figured out a way. I mean, these things had been there, but they were either piecemeal and stuff like that. Someone is just using one thing. Thinking, okay, that is you only get the upside. But what I figured out from all the common denominators, that you can keep the profits also up to a cap. All right, and these results are with those caps. So don't worry about it. Don't get too greedy. Even with the caps, right? So all the profits that went up to the cap here, and then when it goes down, it becomes this is a strategy. It's called upside only of the stock market, and lock in and reset and restart. All right. So we logged in the profits. This becomes a new starting point. And then when the market, for as long as it goes down, and you just is right here, you don't lose a penny. Then it starts to go up, and you are keeping the profits also. And every time it becomes a new point. All right. So even though I'm getting ahead some of the things, but then we'll skip it later on, so we'll go fast. But I just want to, keep up to my promise of proving it to you. So then in the end, here is 2007, 8 and 9 crash. All right. And after that, the results were, okay, someone in that fund directly, and here is ours, right? And so just hold that thought. We will share with you. Now, here is a bigger view of that same thing. All right. So how? What I figured out, in those 10 years, how our planning is different. We use time-tested strategies, right? And I just got the nectar out of it. Someone was using some strategy, the second one, third one, and so, and then I put everything together. And then, while doing that research, I figured out, that hey, people hate Uncle Sam. They hate paying taxes. But Uncle Sam, that same Uncle Sam says if you put the money the way they want you to set it up, and it passes their litmus test, and then you can have your cake and eat it too. And Uncle Sam will help you take your money to whole new levels, and will be, it's amazing, folks. All right, so again, like I said, today you'll be learning how to loss proof the money. All right, then in the next one, we'll show you how to tax free your money, including your IRAs and investments and stuff. Okay, and then we'll be touching on the home equity planning also, and then showing you you'll get only the upside of the market, and then put everything on autopilot, so you're not worried at all. All right, so folks, I'm going fast because I want to give you everything that I have here, and so remember I told you, I showed it to you in that green box that I figured out a formula that where everyone, how ordinary people can become millionaires. Since I have that formula, so I call it that every American can be a millionaire. So this is $1 million dash for every American. Now, and it's the same exact same money. Some people are crawling with it. Some people are walking with it. Some people are jogging. These are those IRAs, 401Ks, and then Roth IRAs and stuff. Yes, that's a little bit step in the right direction. But knowing what I know, what I figured out during that time is that you can put a turbo booster jet engine to your money, to get to that level. All right. Now, looking at it from a different angle, there are four phases of either retirement or savings, or anything. So now and these are all good people. These are good people, but they just do not know what they don't know. They are best at what they do themselves, right? But then on this part of it, they do not know, and they are good citizens. They are not trying to cheat or be creative with the IRS. They are paying their due taxes at the end of the year, right? Here it is. Okay, you have some tax deferred, unqualified tax. Deferred investments. See, there's like annuities and stuff like that too. That includes that, and there are many, many other ones too. And here is where most of Americans are, and traditional IRAs and 401Ks and stuff, right? So the financial planning that involves with most Americans is the first three parts of it. But we are going to show you how to put and Uncle Sam is going to, okay, you make Uncle Sam your business partner. He's going to, okay, show you how to get to these four green circles. Just remember this thing to keep it easy. Four green circles are how much more? More than double, right? Okay, then two green circles. Just remember that. All right. So now let me prove it to you how ordinary people can become millionaires. All right. This is the proof number two. All right. This is $1 doubling every period for 20 periods. It does not have to be 20 years. It can be 20 days, 20 months, does not matter. Just try to get the analogy. And as it stands right now, that we are supposed to pay taxes. By the way, let me stop right here and just you put a disclaimer. If you have tuned in and thinking that I'm going to show you some kind of a creative things to lie or cheat on taxes, or to bypass Uncle Sam or something, please, you are absolutely wrong, and you can leave. You will not hurt my feelings. All right, but knowledge is power. That's what I gained in 10 years, you're right. So that's what I'm going to be sharing with you, so that way you can feel good about it too, that hey, you never try to lie or cheat on your taxes, and that's a good feeling. All right, so now here, $1 becomes $2, then you pay taxes. Now everything that I'll be discussing right here, please, I'm going to be using 33% tax bracket to keep it simple. Plus, okay, most of our clientele is in that bracket. So you may not be paying that 33% tax bracket because you have deductions and stuff. That's besides the point. But just to keep it very simple for our example, so you paid that 33% tax bracket, and then it just doubles again. So in 20 periods, it doubles up to it goes up to about $28,000. Now, if you made Uncle Sam your business partner, here's okay, there's 1 to 2. You don't have to worry about the taxes. It will be $1 million. So we will show you today. You will know it. Okay, that how to come out of this position into this position just by making Uncle Sam your business partner. That's all. Period. Folks, that's how simple it is, which I didn't even know before. All right. So now are you trying to get the picture? We showed you how to loss proof the money, and then see you are incorporating strategies from Warren Buffett also, that hey, the most and the quickest money to be made is in the stock market, right? And here we showed you how to get only the upside of that very same stock market where most of the people lose, right? And then if you tax free that money. Remember, okay, in that graph, we'll be going over it again, right? And if that $1 million that you made there is made tax free, wow, that is mind boggling, because otherwise you will have to pay taxes on that money too, if you don't make Uncle Sam your business partner. All right. So now here is $100,000 compounding at 8% for 30 years. And this is the tax as earned, the way it should be. It goes up to about half a million. And here in tax free, it is the same money. Exactly, it's the same money, folks. You have more than doubled it right here, just by making Uncle Sam your business partner. All right, and just a second, please. All right. So now, how do you make Uncle Sam your business partner? All right. And Uncle Sam says if you set up your money according to sections 101A, 72E, and 7702, and these are the three main ones, and then you comply it with TEFRA laws of 1982, 84, and 88. We'll be discussing these things in deeper, right? And so then pass that litmus test. You have to ring your money through that litmus test. All right. Once it passes that test, it took me a long time to figure this thing out, And once you, matter of fact, to our clients, you always give them that okay, sheet where it shows that it has passed that test, especially the 7702. All right, and I'll be showing you what all of these things mean. But for right now, let's just keep our thoughts going. All right, now we'll be showing you how these are different investments, right? So someone just okay put in. We'll be going much deeper into this thing tomorrow. In the next one, where we show you because the tax free, how to tax free your money, because that makes a huge difference, folks. So This is all the variables are the same, right? And then when they start to take the money out, we'll be showing you that they run out of money because they have to pay taxes. All right, they run out of money at what time? Okay, this is IRAs and 401Ks, someone who plays the stock market, you're right. And folks, we do not stop to think that no one even knows, how long will their money last. And now I see that they are trying to make some laws that they will have to share with you as to about roughly how much money how long will the money last. Yeah, no, 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 knowing what I know and knowing what you will be knowing, you're right. Okay. Because this is not a good situation. And suddenly, with people living longer and longer, you have good health, and you do not know, and then suddenly it just comes up that here about your age, this is the client's age, like at around 79, 80, and this number of years when you started taking your retirement out, right? That hey, you're depleting your things. So this is wrong. And knowing what we know, so then what the common thought is that the regular people, what they tell you is, well, oh, you can take lesser income since you are healthy, but how much less do you take? That is still a guesswork. You could still run out of it. We'll show you how to never run out of money, and that will be in the next lesson. Folks, that's huge. And so here it is, okay, coming into that millionaire formula. So now, wow, just bear with me. I've been going fast. So folks, if you have IRAs and 401Ks, or you must have heard about it too. And if they are robbing you of your retirement income, when would you want to know? Obviously, okay, I would want to know at the earliest possible. And it's not me saying that. Time magazine, when they looked into it, the way you will be now looking into it, that they said, well, it is time to end. What are your different options instead, And then NBC Nightly News, they did a retirement crisis report series, and then there was another report, the retirement crisis, the great 401k and IRA experiment has failed many Americans, And folks, because we've been, okay, I mean, I call this analogy that all the dogs barking at one tree does not make it the right tree. All right. And same thing is, even you, if you are older, okay, you might even have told your kids that when they wanted to get into the job market, that hey, look for a company that has either IRA or 401k and stuff like that. And then you might have been telling them, hey, fund it the maximum. You're thinking, because we don't know what we don't know. I do not know about other industries, okay, but after losing everything, I became very good at my part of the the financial advisory side. All right. So anyway, now it's amazing, folks. Do you know the day that you will get the biggest shock of your life, and no one ever tells you about that day? I know it. It will be the day you go to your HR and tell them that hey, I want to start getting money out, and now I want to enjoy my retirement life. Folks, that is when you need the money the most, because you cannot work to bring in the money, and you have a picture that you will have an apple. Again, it could be a bigger apple if you are more affluent, you've been making more, you are used to making more money, right? And it will be a little bit lesser apple, for those who had been the mediocre side of the things and stuff. But again, does not matter whether you are an individual. I mean, they're starting out in life, or didn't reach the success that you wanted to reach. Okay, then your apple is there, but you still have a that, hey, I'll have a X amount of money, right? And that is equal to a full apple, right? And if you are in that affluent side of it, so your apple is much bigger. You will be thinking that, hey, I'll be making millions even in retirement, also as in retirement income. But the day you go there to tell them, hey, give me the retirement, that's when Uncle Sam walks in and you have to pay taxes. Folks, by that time it is too late. No, no, no. This is wrong. We have this is wrong. This is wrong. So you're okay. Let me now share with you some numbers. Folks, I'm not knocking out anything. No, no, no. This is not my intention. And please do not take me, if I'm not diplomatic with my words, see, because it bothers me so much that, with advertisings or whichever industry benefits, they just, make us start believing their story, right? And just like I said, that all the dogs barking at the same tree does not make it a right one. Now, here it is, IRAs and 401Ks. Please bear with me. Do not try to read it too much right now. Let me explain it to you how to read it. Now, you are age 30, you are getting into the working world, and you are told, even by your parents and stuff, or the company that you started with, that, hey, come on, let's put you into an IRA or a 401k. And even your CPA and taxman, maybe they do not know any better. Obviously, otherwise they would have guided you, So, so you're putting $6,000 before the limit used to be $6,000 a year, right, into the IRAs. And so they say, hey, put it in that you will get deductions. And now in the 33% tax bracket, yes, you save that $2,000 per year. And then you have 35 years to your age 65, to your retirement, right? And so you save $70,000. Now, if that $70,000 average 7.5% growth, which you should have gotten it, and if not, then okay, we have to talk. All right. Anyway, at 7.5% growth, it would be $1 million, in 35.1 years. Now, at that time, you say, hey, I need to get minimum $50,000 to live on, right? And okay, yes, they say, you take 7.5% out, that's 75,000 and 33% tax bracket, and here, because the deductions are, most of them are gone, your house is paid for and children are out of the house, yes, you will be paying the top tax, you will be in the top tax bracket at that time. That's besides the point. Let's stick to this one. Now, you paid $25,000 in tax to net that 50,000. All right. Now, if when you were going to start, if someone had told you, I have an investment, please listen very close. Someone came up and told you that I have an investment for you where you save $2,000 for per year for 35 years to be a total of $70,000, right? Wow. They are all gung ho and excited, because that's the way it was when you were put into these arrays, or even currently too, if we go into those programs, right? Okay. But, and then they told you, when you take the money out, man, you will be paying taxes. You save $70,000 in 35 years, and but you will be paying taxes $25,000 per year for the rest of your life. Would you have bought that? Knowing what I know, I would have run that guy out of my house or my office. Yeah, right. So 70,000 in 35 years, and here in less than 3 years, you have okay, eaten up all that savings that you did, and after about 3 years, you are paying $25,000 for the rest of your life, and that's when you need the money the most. Now, another fact, the Census Bureau says if you are alive at age 65, then statistically that you'll have an average lifespan of about 20 years. Now, if you lived up to age 85, paying $25,000 a year, you would have paid out over $500,000 in taxes. Now, let me just put that same question differently, folks. That hey, when the guy came to see you that I got an investment, you save $70,000 in 35 years, but when you take the money out, you will be paying $500,000 in taxes just in 20 years. And if you lived even longer, then you will keep on paying it. Would you have purchased that investment deal that they were offering? Folks, unknowingly, unknowingly, the industry has done such a good job that everyone's running into these things. That hey, I want to have a IRA or a 401k. Now, many of you might be thinking in your mind, but then I needed more tax deductions. Your accountant or your CPA should be, well, they should know how to create more deductions in your particular situation, or they should be guiding you that hey, do it, let's do it this way. And it does not matter, you don't have to be a millionaire. Even okay, at lower end jobs also, okay, if you are paying taxes, you go to a CPA. If you are paying money to anyone, see, they should advise you, and they should show you how to create more tax deductions that the IRS says you can. Otherwise, you don't need a CPA. You can be doing your own taxes for free, on the IRS website, folks. No. Again, you do whatever you feel like. But I just wanted to share the things. That's why that the Time magazine, and that's why NBC News and that other they did the series because they saw what is wrong right here. Right? And so now you are in that know. All right. Again, we showed you, okay, we went through this one. Let me just go into details. Now it will make much more sense. At age 30, you started, you're putting in $6,000 per year into it, right? And, so one person says, I'm going to stick with conservative investments. The other one says, oh, I heard about annuities. I'm going to put it in that. The third guy says, "Oh, I've been hearing about IRAs and 401Ks. I'll put in my money into that." And then, yes, okay. The last guy says, "I'm going to play the stock market." Remember, you heard those phrases. And then someone says, "Hey, I'm going to listen to these guys, and do it with them." And now let's just quickly take a look at it. And when you start to pull the money out at retirement, and now everyone said we want to get $64,000 net in our pocket. All right. So all the variables are exactly the same for everyone else. Now here is the age, and here is how many number of years that you'll run out because you have to pay those taxes. And here is the annuities also. They run out of money. His IRAs and 401Ks, they did better because they were tax deferred. And this is stock market because you make more money in there, but still, since you had to pay the money on those taxes on that one, and Here is our proof, folks. Yes, okay, even at age 100, you are going. And tomorrow, I'm going to, in the next one, I'm going to show you one feature that none of them, other investment, it will, it's just, I just don't want to confuse you too much right now. Now, everything that we recommend, now you are going to be knowledgeable by the end of the series. Everything that we recommend has to meet our quality test, because you're knowing what I know, that no one has to ever put their money on their risk, right? And it has to be in this order. Now, why the your liquidity number one? Because remember, in 2007, 8, and 9, it might have even happened to you, or you might even know someone, those who did not take steps because you didn't know any better. And so when the stock market started crashing, or when the economy started crashing, and you were seeing that every day, you see the market is going down, every day it was going down, and then you rushed into, to pull out your money, to hey, take the money out. That's what everyone would do. You and I would, I mean, I would do the same thing, but at that time your money was frozen. Okay. And you know the reasoning for that, freezing the money, that you cannot touch your own money, and people had to see their money go down every day. And the reason given was that, hey, this is in the better, bigger interest of the country. We cannot let the run on the money, on the banks, or your own money, you ruin the whole economy. So for the bigger good of the country, the funds are frozen, and you could not touch your own money, and you had to see this thing go down. And it went down between 40 and 60%, and there was nothing you could do. I do not want you to ever do that. You're okay with this thing. If anything, you feel don't feel good, you just make a one phone call and get your money out immediately. All right. Number two, the money should be safe from losses, right? And if possible, keep the profits also up to that limit. I already showed you then. And then have a good rate of return. Warren Buffett says, stock market has the best, and we showed it to you, and have a good rate of return. And then um, well, we'll be going deeper into these things too later on, yes, okay, but here are like the 16 most popular is the commodity investments in commodities, business ventures, raw land, lower quality bonds, investment real estate, right? Blue chip stocks, high grade bonds, mutual funds, CDs, money market funds, T-bills, annuities, and equity built up in your home. All right, let's see. They have to meet our liquidity test, right? And so let's say not only liquidity, but safety test, and then rate of return test. And then if on top of that, if it can be tax free, then you have put a turbo booster to your money. All right, these many fail the liquidity test. It's coming up right here. These many fail the safety test, that you could still lose your money. The money is not safe. These ones do not have a good rate of return. These ones, the money is not a tax-free growth, or when you take the money out, it is tax-free. There's only one of them, okay, that does it all, and it's called MFTAI insurance contracts. We'll be going into these ones. Okay. Now let's just talk about the home equity. All right. There is your successful and the other way too. Remember, many times, when during that, when the prices were going up like crazy during 2004, 5, and 6, right? And just like what happened, has been happening recently right now too, the prices had been going up through the roof, and people were some of the smart ones were thinking that that, and they were being enticed to take the equity out, by the mortgage companies too, because they wanted to, do the refinancing business, and it was an ideal time for them. But that's where it stopped, and people also thought, wow, let me pull out all that equity, in the home. And but no one told them, where to successfully put that equity. All right. Remember, I told you there's a successful way and an unsuccessful way. And so they just try to invest it on their own. And you might even know that, some of the people lost both their money as well as their homes too. I'm not making this thing up. You might even know this thing that happened. And folks, Federal Reserve Bank study came up, regarding this home equity planning, right? This is what that report shows. It says home equity, and at that time it said, if you have any left, should always be separated and put to work to boost your savings and retirement and to reduce your risk. All right. Now, let me share with you a couple of things. We never ever stop to think about it this way. Here in California, we are in the fire country and earthquake country, right? If there's a fire or an earthquake and your home gets destroyed, yes, you might have insurance, right? And but it will take time, after you fight with the insurance company and stuff, going back and forth. You claim you should get more money for it, and they are trying to pay you very little for it and stuff, right? That's besides the point. Now, folks, the house is destroyed in the fire or earthquake and stuff, and if you cannot make three payments, three consecutive payments, your house will go into foreclosure also. All right, and you lose all of that. Number one. Then, that's what they mean by to reduce your risk. And number two is they are saying that, you take that equity out, and it should be separated and put to work. And they are saying that, this is the Federal Reserve Bank study, folks. They are saying that it should be put into tax deferred retirement savings accounts. All right. By now, I know you guys are smart. By now, you might have already figured it out, that, hey, you already know that you should be putting it in tax free rather than tax deferred. Even though what the Federal Reserve Bank is saying is right also, but we show you to take your money to the ultimate level, right? So, but this is what Federal Reserve Bank is saying to regarding your built-up equity. All right. So now that same Federal Reserve Bank that was concerned, and they did that report, back it was back in more than a decade ago. All right. And now that same Federal Reserve Bank recently, you might have seen this report here, right? They are saying that there's a housing bubble, folks. Protect your built-up equity. They are warning us. What else can they do? All right. Now again, I gave you that example that if you do not take action and your home is worth half a million, you will guaranteed lose $50,000. Then think about it. How long will it take for you to save 50,000? Now it is, if it's 20% down. Last time it was up to 60% down, folks. This is. Let me have you look at it this way also. This equity built up in your home. All right. By the way, let me just put a disclaimer right here. See, all of what I'm talking about seems very, very good, but I have to caution you as a professional, okay, and I want the best for you. If you, here, listen close. If you are not responsible with your money, okay, And if you just think, the responsibility that, wow, man, I'm going to pull out that equity, okay, or some might say, well, I'm not going to pull the whole equity out, okay, I'll just pull out maybe 100,000 out of that, $500,000 equity that I have in the house, all right? Okay, does not matter. If you are not responsible with it, and what most of the people do is either they try to, last time, either they try to do invest it on their own, and then the stock market crashed and they lost all those investments too. And then, since they could not make the house payments, just like what happened to me back in 1995, you're right, then lost the house also. All right. Now, or what they do is, many of the people you see, well, that they pull out the equity out of the house and go buy, well, depreciating assets. What I mean by that is, go buy a motorhome, okay, or those water skiing, expensive water skis and stuff like that. You get to enjoy life, and they paid cash for it. Now, let me give you another little tip. What Federal Reserve Bank said to avoid losses, right? You should always buy on payments. You're right, and never use $100 to pay for anything if you can. All right. So, because then if you lose something, you still have that other money in your pocket. But if you paid 100% out and you emptied your pockets, and that same thing happened, right? And then you have lost all of your hard earned money. And this is what many times we've been programmed to, that, hey, pay cash for it, that I want to be stress free. Wow. No. I tend to, knowing what I know and what I've been seeing and what I see and what I see coming next. No. You should keep as much money that you can in your own pocket, and have it loss proofed, and buy it on payments. And if you have to make that payments, yes, that is the employment cost, right? So anyway, those are sophisticated things. I don't want to confuse you, but you also try to not use hundreds and dollars for anything. You should be keeping that money in your pocket. All right. Now, here is, I remember I told you we call that as a income replacement program. Folks, this is our proprietary product, okay? How to replace that income, not if, but when you have health problems like heart attack, stroke, cancer, or any kind of a major illness or sickness, right? And at that time, you're running to the doctors and hospitals, income stops, bills don't stop, and financial disaster starts for most of the people. This is our proprietary, this is a new kind of life insurance. We call it, okay, with the living benefits. All right. We sell that one as income replacement programs, or whichever way. It's a new kind of life insurance. The regular life insurance pays off at death only, right? However, this one has that death also eventually, in case nothing happens, or even if you had something and it was not major, you get partial payments of your life insurance death benefit upfront. Let me give you, you can go to our website there at faoai.com. That's short for Financial Advisors of America Inc.com. Oh, folks, by the way, let me, while we are here discussing, if ever you have any questions, you can email me at either bir at faoai.com, or info, info at faoai.com. And please explain it. We are just so busy. I would love to help as much as possible, but if you don't explain the whole thing, it may take a long time to get back to you. So try to make it as easy as possible and explain it exactly, and then put in your daytime telephone number also, and then I myself will give you a call back. This is how important you are to me. And all right, but it has to be something very valid and explained thoroughly. That all right. Now here you can go check out these testimonial. This young man, his wife at that time was 28 years old. She just gave birth to twins, and then she was in Walmart, and had a massive heart attack. And luckily, usually young couples don't look at life insurance and stuff. They had purchased this kind with the living benefits, when they it was amazing, that young couple like that in their 20s also thinking about it. So when she had that massive heart attack, two little kids, and he couldn't even go to work. He had to take care of the wife as well as the children. He was responsible enough, which I applaud him for that. And no source of income. Then they thought about that. Well, when we got this policy, see, there was the thing, they called up the company, and you hear their own story and how their life is like right now, flourishing, all right, without the stress of money. Here is, another man in his 40s. He's a painter by trade, and, I think he was diagnosed with cancer, right? And then being a single man, he was worried as hell. Hey, I can't even bring in money, being a painter, right? So, and so look at his story. Here is a physician's assistant, and his wife is a school teacher. They were living their life. You will see their lifestyle, right? They were, with their payments and stuff, they were expanded. Had horse barns and stuff like that. They were living their life, and then he had a heart attack. Go listen to their stories, and they were worried as hell as to, hey, who will keep up with those payments for all those luxuries that they had. And then they thought about it that, wow, we have that thing. Go check out there, and there is hundreds of stories over there, so don't worry about it. And so this is our proprietary product, new kind of life insurance. All right, so plus we are going to go deeper into, how why you should participate only in the upside of the stock market without the downside risk, like Warren Buffett says. And that's the strategy that he uses for his serious family money. And then he uses the rest of the money is his play money, and then he takes risks with that one. But the first thing is that he has it. All right. So to recap, in this training, you will be learning how to loss-proof and tax-free your money, optimize your IRAs, 401Ks, manage your built-up home equity, plus get only the upside of the stock market and put it all on autopilot, folks, so that way you can enjoy life. This thing like crazy, and your money is working much more than if you were at work instead of enjoying life. And so today's topic is how to loss proof your money, including your IRAs and 401Ks and investments. Let's just get into that. We'll go quickly. I already covered it up, most of it before, okay, but let me just now keep on. It will go through it quickly, and it will all fall into place. So Warren Buffett says, rule number one, don't lose money. Rule number two, don't forget rule number one. All right. So you have now, with this knowledge, you have three great strengths: that you will have liquidity with your money, all right, and access it at any time. And if it is tax free, well, you put a turbo booster. The second strength you have is, you will preserve your principal also and protect it from losses, plus keep the profits also, and then have a good rate of return, with competitive interest, so that's it. All right, now we have to know about money, folks, see, okay, how money works, so then it will. So usually they say that, hey, if you have a 25% loss, and then you made 25% you are back to that same square. No, 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 no. Folks, if you lost 25%, you will have to have 33% gain. If 33%, 50% gain. If you lost 50%, just like in the last crash, you have to make 100% gain to just to come back to that level. And it can take years just getting back to that. And that's why, when we send you that invitation before, we said, our clients, since they did not lose, are way ahead of other people who recovered from those losses. All right, so that's what we meant. And the winning strategy is annual upside only of the stock market lock in with the profits up to that cap, and then reset. That becomes a new starting point, and you cannot lose a penny after that, and then restart it. And every year this thing happens. It's called annual point to point strategy. That's my favorite, and that's the results that I've been showing you. Now let's just take another example, and it hurts me to see that the press trying to use okay, because they themselves do not know. They usually say, oh well, yeah, today the market went down, or last week the market went down 10%, and today it gained 10%, right? And so they say, well, then you're back to ground. No, 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 no. Here it is, folks. Listen very, very close. Okay, this is $100,000 invested, and then we'll take it 10% gain, 10% loss, 10% gain, 10% loss, right? Here it is. When there is 10% gain, it becomes $10,000, right? And now when it goes down 10%, it goes down $11,000, not just 10,000. All right. So with that going up and down, okay, in 10 years it will be down to $95,099. All right. So this is a 4.5% gain. Loss here, folks. Just this, knowing this strategy that I just showed you, right? This is what we use for our high-end clients, upside only, lock in, reset, and restart. Here, when it goes down, that money remains the same. When it goes up 10% again, it goes up 110,000 will be going up, and it becomes $121,000. So after 10 years, it is up to 161,000 versus 95,000, and that's the difference, knowing how the money works. Okay, that's a 61% gain and 69% more money than if you listen to the what the other people say. All right. Now, the traditional financial planning, there is two kind of things. Okay, guarantees with the upside. This is usually okay, like some of the agents usually they try to say about universal life or whole life insurance, or some of those money market funds and stuff like that. Yeah, right. They have some kind of guarantees in there, okay, but it's very little growth in those ones. Or the other one is they say, well, we can invest your money in the stock market. Yes, over there you have the ability for the upside, but with no guarantees. And this is your 100-cent dollar, okay, with all the ups and downs and stuff, it will be down to here. But with us, the way we have it, this will always remain the same right here, but you are gaining the gains also. It will be like right this thing, just like I showed it to you. All right. And here is our proof again, that our strategies work. While others lose money in the stock market goes down, our clients have had consistent growth. How and why? In those same funds. The same strategy right here, upside only, lock in, reset and restart without the downside risk, folks. And then if you can make this thing money grow, compound, and pay out tax free, then you're putting a turbo booster to your $1 million also, versus someone else who invested the way that the market wants us to start. Wall Street wants us to use. Okay, their $500,000 that they started off with. After that, 2007, 8, and 9 was not even 500,000. That's the power of these strategies that I'm showing you here, folks. This is a close up of that one. All right. Then, besides being this thing being tax free, right? And this one you'll have to still pay taxes. Then we show you how to put it on autopilot, so that way you don't have to worry. All of these things keep on happening automatically, and then you go enjoy life with your family. And so gains in the choppy markets. You're right. This is the strategy you want to have all the time, and have it on autopilot. So the next lesson will be how to tax free your money. Now, so that way, how do you have your money grow, compound, pay out, and transfer at death to beneficiaries, all tax free, not just tax deferred or taxable? We'll be going deeper into that. Did we know that okay, money in tax free environment will pay out way over 50% more? Remember, I showed you that 2 green circles and 4 green circles. That's what we mean. And with me, it is knowledge is power. That's what you are going to get. No other creative strategies. All right. Please, I need your help. Knowing what I know and knowing what you've seen till now, you have to help me. My mission I have created, when I created this free series, my mission is to reach 1 million Americans with this free educational series. And before the recession and the housing downturn starts, so please help me reach that goal. Please share, forward, post, let everyone, let others benefit too. The link is here. By the way, you will not be able to copy this link, but go back to that same email or Facebook, wherever, however you found out to sign up here. Please go back to that, take that link, and share it, and put it on your social media also. Your social media followers will love you for it. And that pretty soon they will be thanking you for sharing it with them. You will be their hero, and you will feel much better also. And that's when the recession starts or the housing crash starts. All right. So have everything on autopilot. You're okay, and now you are learning that whole system. And Victor Hugo once said that there is something that is more powerful than all the armies in the world, and that is an idea whose time has come. And this is the strategies that as I'm proving it to you, and if you feel that you can benefit from these ones, this is the idea that it can take your financial security to whole new levels. And we want you to go enjoy life. And life is too short to be just worried about all of this thing. It's just like I call it that the regular financial planning. That's just like someone telling you, hey, when you are driving, keep one foot on the brake pedal and one foot on the accelerator, and then you wonder why you ruined your car and you did not even safely, stress free reach your goal either, because you were worried about the brakes also and accelerator too. So, no, 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 no. And so the next lesson we'll do it how to tax free your money. And I want to thank you so very much for your time. Don't forget to you will be getting another email next day that you'll get this other tax free. We'll be discussing in that one. Thank you so much. All the very, very best to you. I hope I'm living up to your expectations, and you are benefiting from these strategies. Thank you. Bye bye.